I said, whatever. I know some smart dudes. We can take that thing down, have the hard drive just ran through a thing and reinstalled right back. We'll have your program scanned to make sure there's no viruses, but it doesn't seem to be that. I mean, I'm not a huge tech guy, but I mean, come on, man.
There's things we can do. Not $25,000.
Dude, lock it down. I'll take my tower down to the dude I bought it from. They'll fix it.
We've all got a buddy that oh yeah, no problem, I can take care of that for you.
I don't have a buddy. I have a customer, people I sold cars to a while back. They have a computer place here in town.
Oh, okay.
So I bought my computer from them. I've taken it back for the repairs and whatnot. And I was in there the other day, and they have, like, for about $650, they have this gaming computer, which problem I was running into is when I'm trying to access the internet and bring up videos, I don't have enough power. My processor is good, but to run all this stuff, it bogs down the computer pretty bad. So when I try to bring up websites and stuff, it takes a long time to load because I've made the OSB the primary, so it has the preferred, whatever, the top billing, I don't know what to call it, the default. So it runs over everything else. It runs smooth, and then everything else kind of dies off. That way I don't get any glitches in the flash. Yeah, which has been something you have to deal with when I'd never edited videos before, so
yeah, it takes videos take quite a bit of power. Yeah,
I have to keep an eye on my CPU. Like right now, I'm running at like 65%, just running this one program.
I didn't understand a word he just said. No,
you know what CPU is, right?
Yeah,
I think you're the tech guy.
Yeah,
I mean, at least you probably know more about the tech and the stuff that you're dealing with, but
I fake software? It until you make it, at least. Yeah,
you know a bit about software.
I'm more of a hardware man myself,
Gotcha.
Actually.
Yeah, I don't know about any of it.
Just fix this for me.
Pretty much. I mean, I get it. I'm smart enough. Besides, there's a YouTube video that'll explain it if I ever get hard up and really need to do it. Like, I fixed my my dryer. Figured out the heating element. I knew the heating element went bad. This is real common. So I checked out a YouTube video and was like, oh, yeah, okay. Now I know where the screws are, whatever. I got in there. I even found out that there's like little rollerblade wheels in there that the drum rolls on. So one of those had wallowed out, like they spin freely on a bearing, and then it screws in. So there's a nut that screws in. Well, the problem was the bearing had seized. This thing was just spinning inside of the hole. So it stripped out the hole. So the whole thing was doing. Anyway, so I got it out there. I got a new one, put a nut on the back. I was able to fix it because of Mr. Handyman on dryers.
Hey, as long as it works, right?
Well, I mean, I can only imagine what it would have cost if I had it done.
Oh, man. I
spent, I think it was $4 on the wheel and $22 on the heating element. And I mean, I sweat a little bit because I had to lay on the floor to do it. You kind of have to lay on the floor to get in there, take the drum out, do all these things, but you have to. And so a little bit of sweat's really all I dealt with. You know, it was $30 or something. I'm sure it'd been $150
just to have them come out and check it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, but yeah, that's one of the beauties of YouTube. The YouTubes is, God, for as much garbage as there is. And I'm looking at you kids for the stupid shows you watch. You know, there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Stupid videos with 6 million views. You're like, how do they put up with
some kid opening a box for a toy. What?
Yeah, I like those though.
Yeah,
I like the unboxings. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something cool, all right, you know, yeah.
My wife watches the makeup tutorials a lot. Even though she does makeup very well and always has, she loves the makeup tutorials. She'll be sitting in there doing her makeup, listening to one, like not watching it, just listening to it. I'm like, is that you hanging out with a friend, babe? Is that how this works?
And she's doing her own makeup, like completely different from
it has nothing
what they're doing.
Has nothing to do with what they're doing. Nothing whatsoever.
No, and that's totally cool. I mean, at the very least, that's educational, which is totally cool. And then you've got things like How to Basic. Which I absolutely love. Have you ever seen the How to Basic videos? It's this, I'm pretty sure he's an Australian guy. He has a vendetta against eggs and, eggs. And he'd make there's really no way to describe it unless you see it. But he'll post a video of, how to make a lasagna or something like that, and then it'll start out like a normal, step-by-step process, and then it'll just take a left turn with things being thrown and broken, eggs being thrown, things set on fire, just a giant mess. Like, it just goes nuts. And they're hilarious, especially for people that think that they're like, oh, I need to learn how to do this. They type it in. They're like, oh, okay, cool. How to whatever they're looking for. And then they click on it and they're like, oh, I got to take notes, or, this is how I do it.
And then the guy flips out halfway through.
Exactly. And then they're like, what the hell is going on? I really like to think just some little old lady's like, oh, I'm going to do this now. And then just gets scared or something. Has a heart attack.
Well, there's a guy named Greg Hahn who's a stand-up comic that does corporate events. So he was a former Marine, and he's like 6'4", maybe 6'3", 6'2", I don't know. He's a pretty tall guy. 250 pounds, 240 pounds, just, real good shape, but big. And he comes out, and he starts out by doing his whatever. It's usually a corporate, like, oh, we're going to be here for another budget meeting. And he'll do his thing, and then he'll break into his character. And the dude is hilarious. He's like a dude on crack. He moves so quick from joke to joke to joke to joke. And that's part of his humor is to just... And so these people are here, probably can't wait to get home. And he gets up here, starts talking about synergy, and they're like, oh, this is going to be a long day. And next thing you know, he starts busting out talking about, he had this girlfriend that liked Picasso and beans, talk about artsy fartsy, and then just rapid fire. That sounds a little bit like what this guy does. He goes one way and then takes a left turn. Yeah. That way you don't see it coming.
Yeah. Which I'll definitely need to check out Greg Hahn, apparently.
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah. I think I've heard him on the Bob and Tom show a few times.
Yeah, you hear him every time you listen to the Bob and Tom show. Yeah! So that screaming, that's him playing the drums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in fact, you know what?
Cool.
Let's just bring that on up. But yeah, him playing the drums on Bob and Tom was so funny. It was one of my favorite Greg Hahn moments. And that's why they still have the rim shot from him. And they use it, or Chick uses it all the time.
You mean shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
Evil shenanigans.
Shenanigans, right?
Shenanigans.